Do you think anyone fully understands Kanye West?
Most people don't understand who they are, so people's misunderstanding of me is a misunderstanding of themselves.
About your greatest contribution to music?
Synthesis, just to synthesize, to take Mos Def and bring him to the studio with Jay-Z. There's nothing to be afraid of, really. Some answers I'm gonna give are not gonna make complete sense. If you put 2 and 3 in front of me, I'm gonna say, well, 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 divided by 3 is this, 3 divided by 2 is that, and then come up with an average.
And he's asked, how would you define a genius in that context? But also, why do you feel the need to call yourself that?
Because otherwise I'm called celebrity. I'm called rapper. All of my aspirations are things that currently only 60-year-old white people do. But if you have the ability to lead, you are a leader, you have the answers, or you have the ability to find people with the answers, and your will is to help, you should not be humble. You should speak up. And sometimes I just feel like I'm the only one that's not crazy. Whatever the I'm gonna say today, I'm gonna say it, and I'm just gonna own it. Business is art. The way you talk to people is art. An interview can be an art. Everything is a form of art. Go up to a Monet and say, this dot wasn't Louis Vuitton level. Like, what do you mean? It's all an expressionist painting. Like, by the way, we die. I'm not gonna let anyone score points on me. If someone asks me about something, I'm gonna block all shots, and I'm not gonna take any free points. They could give a less about 3 years ago, after this interview, I would have been on a train back to Paris to see like the last of the shows and get that inspiration and this and that. And now I'm on the first flight back home to see my greatest inspiration. That's my daughter.
Do you actually believe that one day you'll be respected and regarded as one of the greatest of all time in fashion in exactly the same way you are in music?
Of course. I'm Michelangelo.
Do you ever experience self-doubt?
No.
Never?
No.
Even when you were little?
No.
No, okay, good to know.
What we have is the highest level of communication that has ever happened in human existence. My wife. She's like MTV and NBC and blah, 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 all this combined. And I'm sure there's people gonna take like that Michelangelo comment I said earlier and they'll take offense to that. Ask any musician, period, of the past 15 years, and I would be the closest thing to that. Certain things that I'm compelled to do in life, or I don't feel the need to find justification for them. In 1,000 years, the world might just be completely what would be known as black currently, but it would just be a new race. Like, I was taught to never, bring a white girl home. I liked white girls. I like black girls too, but I also like white girls. White women do like black guys, I'll tell you that. Just by me naming different races together and having the idea that a woman is saying that she's mixed with these, you picture automatically someone beautiful. I'm envious of people who have read multiple novels. I have ADD. As soon as I pick up a book and I'll see something that sparks me and it makes me think of 30 things I want to do, I put down the book and start working on that. I'm envious of information. That's the critics. That's the critics. Me sitting here trying my absolute hardest and everyone just laughing at me. But there's a lot of tsunamis and earthquakes that hit while people were joking on the beach. I got discriminated against in fashion also for not being gay.
Yeah.
Whereas in music, you definitely get discriminated against if you are gay. I feel proud to be in a family that has, so many people breaking ground for the generations to come. Let your life be controlled by public opinion would be like asking to sit in traffic for the rest of your life. Meaning, like, you want to turn this way, but it's a car right here that says this. You want to turn that way, but it's a car right here that says, you want to go a bit faster, but it's a car right in front of you. You want to just stop. Cars start honking at you. You got to do this. That's this and that. And Bruce just got off the exit sign and drove as fast as he wanted to. Oh, I'm sorry, it's disrespectful to use that name, sorry. This is like Roman times, bro. Like, look at the new Pope. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bunch of dope motherfuckers, you know. Mike Tyson needed a custom model. Hercules needed whatever that little guy was on the movie with the, that was the trainer of Achilles and this and that and that and that. I am an inventor. I'm an innovator. Oh, yes, as you guys know, I think I'm Picasso also. And maybe there's something that's more cubist about the way, you know, I rap. And the majority of things that are popular now are really directly based on something that I've done over the past 10 years. I hope the words don't get in the way of what I mean, you know. But words, you know. Like someone come up to me and be like, man, I believe you're like Basquiat, you know, people say stuff like that to me. I'll just be like, wait a second, only I can say that about myself.
Yeah.
The reason why I made the song, I Am a God, is so those people that feel less than can turn it up and say it loud and embrace it for themselves, that God is inside of all of us. It wasn't about specifically me. It was about us as a race, that we are an extension of God, that we all have God inside of us. Well, sometimes you can know too much. You have to know that you are somebody. You have to know that it's possible, whether you're creative, whereas a black person in America with a black person in London, you know what I mean? You have to know that it's possible. You have to see me keep winning against all odds.
Would you say you're a feminist?
I think I'm a humanist. This statement is going to sound kind of gay, but I'm just going to say it. I love older white men. I am going to make the Apple of clothing because I have the code in my head. You have to cut open my head and take my brain and put it on top of some big organization. Yeah, I hate the color blue.
Are you happy?
So happy.
Is that difficult? Because you must feel protective.
It's always... always